parties have also agreed that the designee, whom I shall name, is acceptable to them, and his name is Adolph Koven. I believe that his long experience in this field, his familiarity with the transit problems, will provide him with the kind of skill and expertise that I think would be beneficial in resolving this matter. I think the people of this community, the 4 counties served by RTD, deserve this kind of response, and I'm pleased that we've had some cordial and very frank discussions over the past 2 days. I think we're now at a point where we can expect that there's going to be some good faith movement, and I hope a early solution to this difficult problem.
He's been getting 13 grand, I know that, or says he's been getting 13 grand. Proposed lease of property for a new South Los Angeles division. Mr. Heinley.
Approval is requested to authorize the general manager to enter into a lease agreement with Louis A. Cannon and Francis Cannon covering approximate 4 .59 acre parcel at the southwest corner of Rosecrans and Avalon in Los Angeles for a new operation and maintenance division in the south central area. For a fine, approve the premises to accommodate an approximate 125 bus operation is required to house the additional buses that we will be putting into.
The representatives of both management and labor that have been involved in this discussion for the past 2 days, they'll be prepared to answer any questions you may want to put to them, and they'll identify themselves as they speak.
Will you be telling us anything?
I'm going to give you a brief statement and then be prepared for your questions. You ready?
Well, Mayor, have you,
If you're ready, I'll give you a statement. We've been in discussion with all parties to this strike at RTD, including the State Conciliation Service, which has been working at the bargaining table with the representatives over the past 6 weeks. We have agreed that in order to try to move this matter toward a settlement that would be beneficial for the mayor of Los Angeles to appoint a designee, a representative, would be his personal representative as a part of the mediation process. He will join with the State Conciliation Service in this effort. It will be our expectation that with this joint effort that I think when you've had an impasse over the course of 6 weeks, that it's very important to have a break, to have a new dimension, a new force brought into the discussion. And I think that there's a psychological influence which will be available, as well as the practical and very significant skills that Mr. Koven will bring to these discussions. So I think that's going to be the difference.
Mayor Bradley, will this mediator have any authority to call for binding arbitration on the parties involved?
No, this is a mediation process. I believe that all parties agree that we keep all options open, and as the discussions proceed, we may take a look at other possibilities, but at the moment it is a matter of proceeding on the mediation course.
was arbitration discussed? What are the hang-ups in your view right now? You've met for a couple of days now. What are the stumbling blocks?
I think that's a matter which is going to be discussed at the bargaining table, and that's where I'd prefer to have it done.
Can you give us any clues?
No, I'm sorry, I cannot.
Mr. Koven been given a
You here.
Can you tell us what you think of Mr. Bradley's appointment of the mediator?
Our operating needs are met out of taxpayers' funds. Therefore,
about possible movement just now than you were, and about the attitude of management than you were last week in city council when you described the attitude of management then at the meeting.
Made by management indicated to me that there was areas that management could move in, and certainly there's areas that the union can move in. And again, to reiterate my earlier statement, we are very far apart at this time, but we're willing to move in certain areas, and we feel management is well aware that our membership will not accept the last proposal that was made to the union, and certainly they must know in their mind they must move also to get this dispute settled.
Mr. Clark, can you tell us where you stand now? Would that jeopardize negotiations in any way? Tell us how far apart you are.
But we're not as far apart as when these negotiations started. Certainly, we are very far apart, but we're hoping with the appointment of the mayor's mediator, Adolph Koven, that possibly we can get down to some realistic negotiations, and we can move closer together and get this dispute settled.
Percentage to close the gap, make 10%?
Well, I would have to say again, I'm not going to negotiate the contract here. We will negotiate across the bargaining table. The union's position, the last offer was within the framework of the fact-finding commission report. This was a very offer that caused this strike, and our position now is the district has to come off that offer, and we know that we have to come off of some of our demands, and when the district is willing to move, we believe the union will move also, and And again, we'll get this dispute settled, but it has to be a movement on both parties. And a very knowledgeable man that has sit in many, probably many negotiations.
From a settlement with RTD, and is it, if you're close, is it because of the UTU's position that you're not reaching an agreement?
No, it's...
Stop beating your wife?
Yeah, right. It doesn't have anything to do with the UTU. We have to negotiate our own contract as well as the UTU has to negotiate their own contract. I might just throw this in that because of timing, the ATU was legally able to strike on August 4th. And because of the problem, although we hoped in the final week to be able to do something, we held off our strike 1 week. That may not mean much, but it means something in the area that this is the 6th week and it would have been the 7th, because the drivers would have honored our picket lines.
We haven't heard very much about your position in the strike. Are you pleased with the new arbitrator, the new mediator?
I can just say that I know the gentleman is extremely qualified as far as transit-related problems and employees in the transit industry. I know he's handled numerous arbitrations for the transit industry. He was one of the fact-finders on our first fact-finding session in 1969. And I know the gentleman is extremely qualified, not only as an arbitrator, but especially in the transit industry.
This Thursday, Adolph Koven will be joining State Conciliator Tom McCarthy. You might call it double teaming, a rather sticky problem. All involved in the wage dispute agree that Mr. Koven's entry into the dispute is a significant one. But that won't make his job any easier. After all, he's going to try to bring together two sides that have more than a bargaining table separating them. Jan Mitagawa, Channel 5 News at the Civic Center. This Thursday, Mr. Adolph Koven will be joining State Conciliator Tom McCarthy in the wage dispute. You might call it double teaming, a sticky problem. All sides in the dispute agree that Mr. Koven's entry into the negotiations is a significant one, but that won't make his job any easier. After all, he's got to try to bring together two parties that have more than a bargaining table separating them. Jan Mitagawa, Channel 5 News at the Civic Center.